you just always wore a hat all the time. Yeah.
Hello, Glynn.
How are you, mate? All right?
All right. So you had SMP with us. What did we say? 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
What do you think, man? How's life been?
Yeah, brilliant. Really good. Really good. More confident in myself. You're getting older. I'm 54 now, so yeah, you don't, feeling good.
And you look 53.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah. If you can think back to when we originally done it, like, were there any initial concerns and expectations that you had about getting SMP done?
The only worry I had was the hairline, getting the hairline right.
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many different ones where they're quite straight cut, and that's what I was more worried about. And if it was too dark, but with yourself, everything's gone brilliant. I mean, the hairline looks good. Yeah, really, really chuffed.
Yeah, brilliant. And originally, like, how did you hear about scalp micropigmentation?
One of my mates was talking about it. My mate Paul had his done. He had it done in Birmingham somewhere. I don't know the name of the company or whatever. And it looked good, but it wasn't with the hairline on the front. It was too sharp looking, and that's why I didn't. And then I was looking on the internet, and I was looking all over, and you popped up. So I looked at all the comments and everything, and then I got in touch with yourself, come down here, and went from there.
Yeah, because you're a barber of like so many years.
Yeah, 36 years.
Like myself,
yeah,
I came from barbering, and I'd spent all them years looking at shaved heads, and when I first saw and became aware of scalp micropigmentation, it literally did just look like it was a hair tattoo.
Yes.
So yeah, to have it done and have that eye of make it look natural. That's what you want to see, right?
Yes.
How do you feel about the results of your scalp micropigmentation? Did it meet and exceed your expectations?
I think when you have your first one, you leave here because you can't go in too dark.
Yeah.
You're thinking to yourself, "Oh, don't look no different."
Yeah.
And then you have your second and third, and then you do feel a lot more confident. And I do feel like I said to yourself, where you've got to be careful because you can go too much.
Yeah.
And everyone says to me sometimes, "You've got a good hairline.
Yeah.
Why don't you grow your hair?" And so that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So yes, because I had no hair at all.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. So yeah.
You say like with a scalp micropigmentation like yours as it is now, you've got like that kind of like soft receded hairline, like in this lighting that we've got in here, it's nice and soft, and you can see this sort of like nice dark shadow on the top of your head, and it looks incredible. And then you'll have times when you're out and about and it's a really high sunlight, or you're in a room with high lighting and you can't quite see the SMP as much.
Yes.
It tricks your mind and makes you think that you want to have more SMP, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But there is a fine line.
Yeah.
Of going over the top. But that's why you come to us, right?
Yes, 100%. Yeah. No, definitely not. That's the only place I'm coming is here.
Yeah. You want it to look natural.
Yeah.
How's this treatment impacted your confidence or daily life? How did you feel before getting SMP? You'd lost your hair. You strike me as a guy who's confident anyway. Yeah.
The missus said if I have it done, I'll be too confident. So but yeah, before you wear a hat all the time. And wherever I went, I wore a hat. And then now I don't need to wear a hat so much. It's definitely changed your life, and it does make you feel a lot better. 100%.
Because it's people that haven't lost their hair, they don't understand why someone is bothered about losing their hair. Right?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Because to them, so if you've lost your hair, you walk in here, I think you look fine.
Yes.
I'm not going to convince someone they need to have this, but to you as a person. I quite often explain it. I think what happens is you grow up as a young kid, you look at yourself in the mirror, and then as you start losing your hair in the whatever age that is, you start to look different in the mirror. You don't recognise yourself.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like...
Yeah, definitely. But it's definitely gave me more, how do you put it? Like, when you're walking down the road and you've got a bald head, to yourself, people aren't looking at you. But to you feel like they are. So now you feel like, when you have a shower, you feel like you've got a good head of hair now. You know what I mean? Even though it's SMP. But yeah, you do feel a lot better than yourself. Yeah.
Such a simple thing makes
Yeah,
a big difference, right?
definite.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone considering scalp micropigmentation?
Well, I would say look into it. Look, look on YouTube. Look at everything. But to me, I would definitely get in touch with yourselves, because I mean, I live in Leicester and I'm travelling like 3 hours away, and it's worth it to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would look everywhere, but I would definitely come to yourselves. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are going to say that.
Well, I would say that, but
Yeah.
but no, you've got to look into it, and But I've seen lads that have had it done, and they're like, they've got lines, and then they look like Ming the Merciless. You know what I mean? They've got like a V there, and they're not going to the natural hairline where you lads definitely know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So what I want to get across on this video as well, because obviously we've got people all around the world watch these videos, right?
Yeah.
So some people are just like, oh, I get people traveling we're not far, they traveling from all countries, right, from all ends of the earth to come here and get this treatment. And it's brilliant, but there's going to be guys out there who cannot make it to creative scalps, right?
Yeah.
So no matter how good we think I am and that they should come here, they still want to get scalp micropigmentation, but they want to get it done somewhere near to them, right? Just because of that's the situation. So the advice to them, like from you, would be like, because you have to see how that work is going to be, right?
Yes.
The one thing you don't want is to get your head fucked up.
Yes.
So like the advice to these people of like what they should do when they're researching the artist or the place they're going to, what would you say was key to that?
Well, I would say key to that is where SMP, you've got to be so careful, like you've told us, where I've seen so many where when they're doing it, they're going a little bit deep, and it makes the SMP look like it's been blistered a little bit. Too dark, too square. And that's why you've got to make sure that person that's doing it, you've got to look at all his people's comments and everything to make sure he's the person for you. And that's why, I know I'm going to say it, but that's why I've looked into it. I looked into it for about 6 years before I made the plunge. And, that's why I've come here, because I'm happy with that. But whoever does it, just make sure you really look into it.
Yeah.
But it definitely will change your life.
Yeah, brilliant. And then, so just quickly, so you are here for a top-up session, and to be totally transparent with everyone, so you had it done 4 years ago. And then we done a top-up session probably early last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. So it's looking really good. We'll be able to see you've got a few areas of your skin that are sort of like sun damaged. They're a little bit darker, but then the SMP throughout like looks really nice. And what we're going to do is, over time we want SMP to gradually lighten and fade off. Because then that's what keeps it looking natural, right? So as we do a top-up session, we're able to jump back into these lighter areas around the skin defects and then darken them up slightly, and then we'll be able to keep that looking super natural. And that's why you don't want to go like too dark too quick with SMP. You want to get it on there, keep all the individual impressions, and let it just gradually fade over time, and then you can add to it again. Looking really good, my man. And then just one quick surprise for you. Do you recognise that fella?
Yeah, you just always wore a hat all the time. Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, definitely worth having it done.
Cheers, Glynn.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks for coming to see me, and I'm glad you're looking so good all these years later as well.
Cheers, mate.
All right.
And yourself.
Brilliant.